child, these children, what kind of a future, what kind of a life are they gonna have with this? This is their environment. This is the setup. These women, high as I don't know what, smoking a little baby, just weeks old, right here on her chest. I just had a very sad experience. Sad is the word that I choose because I don't know what other disgraceful might be a good word too. So I go to the park in the afternoons for an afternoon walk with my dog, and so I went to the park. This I just came back. I just left the park, and so while I drove in, and there was no spots close to where I like to park, so I moved on a little bit towards the next empty spot. And there was, as I pulled into the parking, the door of the car next to me was open, and there was a woman, and her leg was hanging outside of the car. And so I made sure I, pushed away as far as I could from them to stay within the lines of the parking spot. And so as I look in, she's there. She's got a little baby right here on her chest, right here. And there's another one on the lap right here. Mind you, she's in the driver's seat. And there's a person, another woman right next door in the passenger seat. And I didn't realize there was like 4 or 5 little children in the back seat. And then the car next to them is a dude with dreadlocks. He hands over to them a lighter, and I'm getting Rocky so we can leave, come out of the car. I'm like, what's happening here? And I'm taking all of this in. And so go to get up out of the car, and they light up the blunt and they start smoking. And I'm thinking, whoa, there's like a 3-week little baby sitting on this woman's chest. There's another child right here, and about 3 or 4 of them back there. Are they really gonna be smoking this pot right here with all of these children? And the reality of it hit me that that's exactly what's happening. I'm a person who speaks with facial expressions, and I had my sunglasses on. And so I had to take them off so I could really assess the situation, like what I was seeing. Like, and so these expressions you're seeing here, that's what was on my face as I was like that. Like that. And I realized I left my keys in the car. I was like, maybe I should grab my keys because I'll come back and my car will be gone. And so I go back and I take my keys, and as I'm getting ready to start to go on the walking trail, it just hit me. And I stood there for about, I don't know, maybe about 40 seconds. And I think I prayed for the babies. And tears started coming to me. As I started to walk, it started really hitting me that these kids have no hope. This is how this baby is starting her life, or his life, I don't know. And I thought, my God, these children, what kind of a future, what kind of a life are they gonna have with this? This is their environment. This is the setup. These women, high as I don't know what, smoking a little baby, just weeks old, right here on her chest. As she smokes. And I just, God. And I started to cry. As I tried to walk, and I walked, and I couldn't help it. And I talked to God, and I prayed, and I cursed. Cursed. And then I find myself, I said, I need to just let this be, let it go. As I make my way around the park, I put Bruce Springsteen on. Yeah, he's a leftist, but I like dancing in the dark. So I put that on to start to, go through me so I can go on this walk, because I like being in the park, because it relieves some of my stress. And so I'm walking and I make my way across, and this is about a 10-minute walk around the park, maybe 15 minutes. And I come back around and I'm walking towards them. I pass right in front of them. Now the black car with the guy is no longer there. And now I take off my glasses so I could really see what's happening in the car. And the one on the passenger seat, so now I'm coming back this way to the passenger. The one, and she's laid out like this. Like, what you looking at, bitch? And I'm looking. And I see the little girls in the back seat. There's about 3 or 4 of them with little puff balls. It's a whole bunch of them back there. At least 4 or 5, I'm sure. And I make my way, and I'm looking directly at them, and I'm looking directly at the passenger, and I'm looking at the driver, and she screams out, "I don't give a fuck!" I guess she was talking to me. She don't care. She says, "I don't care." She doesn't care that I'm looking at them. They don't care that, what I'm thinking about them. They don't care. And it really was heartbreaking just to see that. I mean, these children, what do you think is going to happen when they start getting older, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10, whatever? Don't you think they're going to start smoking for themselves? Don't you think they're going to find mama and auntie's bags, and start rolling their own little weed and smoking for themselves? And by the time they're 12, 13 years old, they're done for. They're just another fucking bum. Another fucking bum black child. Yeah, that's exactly what they'll be. They have no... And again, it's not the white man keeping them down. It's not the white man keeping us down. It's not the white man. It's you in the mirror. It's me in the mirror. It's them in the mirror keeping them down. And these children, they have no hope. Because that's exactly what they're going to do. And those little girls, they're going to take a guy just like that bum in the next car. That's exactly who he might have been the baby daddy. Who knows? And they're going to just continue the cycle of uselessness. Uselessness. And it's a disgrace. And I'm sick of seeing this nonsense. And it's like they're brainwashed. You don't think that it's wrong? And the truth is, they probably was getting high when they were pregnant with the baby. All of the babies. Drunk, high, whatever. So why would the baby be out of them be any different? Because the baby's out, but they're going to stop smoking? They're going to stop drinking? They're going to stop, doing whatever? No, they're going to continue. And then you have these babies that come out stupid dumb, and they call them disability these days. And guess what? The taxpayer got to pay a check to them. The government gives them a check. They get high, they get drunk while pregnant. That little baby's little nostrils isn't even strong enough, but yet it's inhaling smoke. Probably cigarette smoke too. And then they get those diseases. Then they get all kinds of stuff. And guess what? They go on SSI, disability. And guess who pays that? You and me. That's who pays that. Why? Because they're irresponsible. First, they get pregnant the way they do. They have the baby. And this is what it is. Why not protect your body in the first place? Don't get your ass pregnant. If this is how you're going to treat these babies, if this is how you're going to treat them, it's sickening. It's disgusting and it's disgraceful and it's really inhumane. That is what is inhumane. And it becomes a taxpayer burden for the government to take on. So we, the taxpayer, can pay for them to make sure that they have housing, to make sure that they have food stamps, to make sure that they have Section 8, to make sure that they have welfare, to make sure that they have Section 8, to make sure that they have a check every month. And then they grow up and the cycle repeats and everybody's on the system. Every fucking body's on the system. The legacy of the Black people. It sickens me.